Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. As always, likes, comments, and subscriptions are always appreciated as they do help out the channel's algorithm. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. The largest investment bank in Japan, called Nomura, is set to establish a new subsidiary company to help institutional clients invest in cryptocurrencies and NFTs. The Financial Times reported on Tuesday that people with knowledge of Nomura's plans said the firm will bring together several crypto services under one single company, with a staff of about 100 people by the year 2023. It's weird to read 2023 because it looks like Back to the Future kind of numbers, but nope, that's next year. It's weird. Nomura is one of Japan's 10 largest banks with $500 billion in assets under management as of Q1 of this year. Nikkei Asia, a Japanese news outlet, reported that the subsidiary company will be established abroad, but the board staff will start off seated by Nomura's transplants while the company acquires talent in the Web3 and blockchain space. It will initially be led by Jez Mohedin, head of wholesale digital operations of Nomura. So here we go once again. This is something that I like to tell people. I'm not sure if you've undergone this same exact situation. I have a lot of people, and I know it's part curiosity and also a bit of a schadenfreude, where they see that cryptocurrency prices are going down. So they tend to ask, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Are you still in this market that's dropping? And I tell them, yes, of course, I have not sold anything, but I tend to point them to news like this as well. We always have news of banks and institutions getting into the space, but the really important news to pay attention to is when prices are dropping. When we get news that in the next couple of days, prices might drop even further, but we still have institutions and we still have banks and we still have corporations and we still have tons of adoption, purchasing, especially with the NFT market. That is also something to look out for. I'm sure you've seen the news headlines that a large portion of the NFT market has gone down. However, companies have not stopped their acquisitions of NFT companies, nor have they stopped making NFTs, and nor have they stopped their going forward with their metaverse projects. So I do not care explicitly for banks absorbing a large sector of our crypto economy, but I believe it is important to look in that direction when market prices are down to see that they're still collecting, that they're still buying, because they see buying opportunities in these prices. So yeah, the largest investment bank in Japan, like many other banks around the world, are going to be offering their richest clients cryptocurrency investments, as well as now also NFTs. Fascinating. And without further ado, let's move on. Also in the news, in this let's keep developing while prices are down kind of news, America's largest crypto exchange, Coinbase, has rolled out Web3 application functionality, including a hot wallet and a browser for a limited set of its mobile app users. The app will allow select users to access dApps on the Ethereum network, such as Uniswap and OpenSea. There's a little tweet for it right there. The 17th of May announcement by Coinbase's Director of Product Management, Rishi Dean, said eligible users will be able to begin trading NFT on the NFT marketplace, making swaps on decentralized... Wait, what? Were people not able to trade on the NFT marketplace before? Didn't that launch like a month ago? Okay. Making swaps on decentralized exchanges and interacting with decentralized finance leading protocols to borrow and lend funds. One of the weirdest things that I find about this entire thing, but I mean, it's Coinbase. I'm not expecting them to not be weird in some sort of way. It's just this idea of like trying to absorb or utilize the decentralized exchanges or other platforms, like even DeFi platforms that are meant to kind of be self-governing and by themselves. But this allows them to simply have access to the data on these platforms now. You understand what I'm saying? So the entire idea of a cryptocurrency exchange, at least now, is to be in touch with the regulators and, everything that we do, we send information back to you. But if the regulated exchanges go to other cryptocurrency exchanges, the decentralized ones or the DeFi ones that are meant to not have a governing body, if people are using those and using them back, especially through Coinbase and going to these other platforms, well, then regulators also have a gigantic window into these places. Let's be honest, it's Coinbase shady, but it's just who Coinbase is. So yeah, I would love if there was just a separate economy, because so much of crypto has become ingrained in the traditional financial world, and this is why we keep seeing parallels between our prices and stock market prices. But cool, sure, why not? It's constantly keeping in mind this is all about money. It's never not about money. This is being touted as a really cool way. You wanted to use DeFi? That's amazing. Use it on our centralized platform. So we know exactly what you're doing, where your money is going, and exactly when it goes to any of these decentralized platforms, that we also know what they're doing as well. Tricky. But it was very popular news, and I could have sworn that Coinbase's NFT platform launched weeks ago. People are now being able to trade on it. It's a little odd. Anyway, that's the Coinbase integration with Uniswap and OpenSea decentralized applications news, Ethereum, Web3 tweet. All right, let's move on. Oddly enough, this was actually quite popular news over the course of the week, and I was like, okay, I didn't think it would be that big of news. Binance's CEO Changpeng Zhao said on Wednesday that the exchange is planning to apply for a license to operate in Germany. Speaking at fintech conference Finance Forward in Hamburg, Changpeng Zhao said that after gaining regulatory approval in France, Binance is expanding its German compliance team and wants to apply for a license in Germany. Changpeng Zhao has said that the exchange would set up its European headquarters in Paris. Well, anyway, and use that as a launching pad for its expansion across the continent. The application for a German license comes amid ongoing talks with other major European economies, specifically Spain and Italy. Earlier this month, Binance founder met with the former Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte and several major politicians to talk digital finance. Remember, like about a year ago, for those of you who were not here, you should have been here, where Binance was like the kid who was in trouble in class and everyone was pointing at them saying, "You're terrible, you're horrible." It was because they didn't have an actual physical place to do their Binancing. They I think it was like 9 people, apparently, allegedly, whatever, who ran the company, and they were basically flying around the world using their computers, because we're in the future and you don't have to work only in an office now. Regulators couldn't take it. They thought it was the weirdest thing in the entire world. So Binance began applying for tons of licenses. I think they obviously got theirs in France. I think they got one in Ireland. They got a number of other countries. And now I told you we would not hear any more about this as long as they were signing paperwork. Like, you realize there's no like Binance terrible news anymore. All this stuff is so set up to like just kind of demonize anyone who isn't compliant within the space. And the really weird part is that like new people getting into the market also don't realize this like demonization is happening, or that like you're still kind of following the leader. Anyway, I mean, whatever, kind of getting off topic. But the idea is, sure, of course, for those of you who missed the news as well, the 2 newses, Portugal just announced that before they had a 0% tax rate on selling, buying, trading, whatever crypto within their country, they're raising that to 28%. So a lot of people are fleeing from Portugal crypto-wise, not like a dramatic, Anyway, crypto-wise. And also Germany then announced, literally around the same exact day, that within their country, that if you are holding crypto for 366 days and you sell it afterwards, you have 0% capital gains tax. They also then announced that if you are staking crypto within the country and you stake the coins that are being staked, let's say you're staking one Ethereum, and after a year, once again, 366 days, you sell that staked coin, should you decide to do so. That is also then tax-free. So it makes a lot of sense that they're definitely trying to move on into Germany. Not only the largest economy, but logically, it's going to be the largest place for crypto on the planet. Germany just seems to know what they're doing. Yeah, this was really popular news. And normally when someone's applying for a license in a country, it's not usually like, oh, what? Dude, that's crazy. They're going to get a license in Germany. It's not normally that popular. So yeah, I assume they're going to get it. I assume they'll get the one in Spain and all around Europe. Regulations don't make a lot of sense to me. It's just really weird. As far as I assume with the term European Union, they would only have to open an office in like Belgium. And that would kind of leak out to all the other countries within the European Union. The fact that they need a license in every country doesn't seem very union-y. But also, taking a step back, the United States, you have to have different laws and rules. And doesn't every state have their own constitution? That doesn't seem very united, but alas, I digress. That's the exciting news of the day, that Binance is moving into Germany. Yeah, a little weird, right? Not the most exciting thing, but it made headline news. Alrighty, that's the Binance news. And let's move on. Also in relatively popular news, Cloudflare, an internet services and denial of service protection company, has announced a new strategy regarding its Web3 experiments. The company revealed it will be running an Ethereum validator node as part of its commitment to help scale the internet by using proof-of-stake consensus technologies. This will ostensibly allow the company to access the energy efficiency and consistency of this technology. Okay, stop patting yourself on the back there. Cloudflare, one of the leading content delivery and denial of service mitigation companies, announced a new Web3 push that leverages Ethereum's upcoming proof-of-stake network, which allegedly is supposed to be happening sometime in August. I'm telling you, I'm still aiming for October. I don't know. They've been late before. The company informed that it will be running Ethereum validator nodes as part of its experiment in order to access the viability of the scaling technology in the future. Cloudflare stated that blockchain technologies could be the part of the story of the internet in the long run, and that these experiences might help in the decentralization of such network. And then the company was like, money, 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 we're doing it for attention, money, money, and all that other kind of stuff. Yeah, this was also really popular news. I get it, and I know that Cloudflare is big, so the news that it's kind of like whenever we get news that there's like a multi-millionaire or a billionaire somewhere who's like, Bitcoin good, I like Bitcoin amazing in my wallet, and everyone's like, whoa, Mr. Johnson McIntyre's son is now holding crypto. I can't believe it. And I'm like, you realize this man has been holding crypto since like 2014, right? So I just assumed that all the mega internet companies have already been holding cryptocurrencies for a number of years. And this is why Cloudflare is now talking about running an Ethereum node, because they already have tons of Ether and they see the prospects of the future price increase. Anybody? I mean, I don't know the mindset behind the individuals at Cloudflare, but a lot of times whenever we get information that says like, oh yeah, we're going to use it to build a better internet. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. Web3 decentralization, rock on. It's money somewhere behind the scenes. Once again, The only way to create Ethereum in the future is by owning Ethereum. So I'm going to assume validator nodes is also going to be tying into the Ethereum stash that they have. That's going to be creating new Ether for the company. See how that makes a little bit more sense? I mean, once again, I don't know, I'm sure there are at least 3 companies out of the 38,000 on this planet that are actually good and not evil. So maybe they do just want to build a better internet. But I'd also like to believe that this is probably just based in money because, company and all that kind of stuff. There's three scientists looking at a hologram of Ethereum, and they're just having the best time of their lives. I don't know what they see inside of that thing, but all right. That's the Cloudflare Ethereum node news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in news, that's a pretty picture. Is that a tree? Are those clouds? Is that those stars falling? Okay. Local Japanese government bodies are set to begin metaverse projects and may make use of NFTs and avatars in a new virtual space. You heard that correctly. The ball is beginning to roll in Yabu, a city in the nation's Hyogo prefecture, where local authorities have teamed up with Yoshimoto Kogyo, one of Japan's biggest and most powerful entertainment industry players. Kobe Shimbun reported that a new virtual space for the city would be opened by the end of June this year and would be tentatively named Virtual Yabu City. Right on the nose. The space may well evolve along the same lines as metaverse projects in other East Asian cities, such as Seoul, which began working on its own metaverse project late last year. But Yabu's projects may differ slightly in that they will likely be used as a way of promoting the city to potential tourists. It was like 4.5 paragraphs, and there's so much to unpack there. A lot of cities in particular, have announced that they're making their own metaverses or doing their own metaverse projects. It's a little weird. I assume that this is being done in an effort not for tourism, but as a way, I think these people want to digitize their own cities and make that into a metaverse in some sort of way. I think it's a little weird. Once again, it was something for potential tourists. If you're creating a digital version of your city, I feel like I would just put on my headset and travel to that city. I'm going to assume that they're going to, hear me out, try and not make them look ugly. A lot of metaverses look terrible. Just not even really, they look cartoonish. It's like PlayStation 1 graphics. Remember the old Lara Croft, how she, it looks like that. And it's we're almost near 2023. You got to make the graphics a little bit better. If or when we end up getting to a point where a city, a country, or just in general, it doesn't even have to, the idea of making your own metaverse when that can already be done somewhere else is a little weird. Here we go. I'm not affiliated, but just throwing out some logic here. If the Sandbox or Decentraland decided a huge portion of land was allocated to remaking Tokyo, in its purest form, it looked like when you put the headset on and you walked into it, it looked like Tokyo. I have a feeling a lot of people would be more content with that as opposed to being I've experienced all of digital Tokyo. I know where everything is. Now let me hop on a plane to see exactly what I just saw. You kind of get what I'm saying? I don't know where this is going to go. I feel like this is the beginning of everyone making their own altcoins and all the altcoins not having a real purpose. The amount of, it's not just Japan. There are tons of places who have announced that they're making their own metaverses or metaverse projects and all these other things. And it's do we need that? I'm not really sure. Will people go there? Absolutely. Especially if it's something from Japan. Just make it look pretty. But why? It could also be, I feel like governments feel like they missed the beginning of the Bitcoin train and the Ethereum train. And I feel like because NFTs in the metaverse are popular and maybe popularer in the future, that they're like, okay, let's jump on this right now and let's try and make sure that we're young, cool, and hip by making our own metaverse. I don't think we need like 800 metaverses. It just doesn't seem plausible. Like I could see like a good like 20 of them being really popular, but also like I assume that these will kind of have merged. I'm talking so much, whatever. Like merged together with like Portal. So like, hey, I'm in the New York metaverse. Wow, the ground smells like garbage. And then you open up a portal and then you go to the Paris one and you're like, oh, wee, and all that other kind of stuff. But all right, I'm going to shut up now. That's the Japanese city is going to be launching their own metaverse project with the industry behemoth Yoshimoto Kogyo. I mean, realistically, let's be completely honest with ourselves. I give it like 2024, 2025. That's when I expect like, it'll have solidified itself that these cryptocurrency metaverses projects, you're it. You are solidified. Everyone loves you. But are people people going to be using a lot of these things? I'm telling you, I don't think a lot of the ugly ones are going to make it. You gotta. Most of us have seen Ready Player One. You got to be at least halfway there. I'd rather walk outside in the pretty nature as opposed to like sitting on a couch with a headset looking at the ugly graphics. I'm going to stop talking right now. And without further ado, let's move on. Yeah, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. Look at them running. That is the weirdest thing ever, like all running to the bus. I do hope you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, line skipping, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and or are these Power Rangers? Do you see this? What is happening up here? What are they doing? Why are they not blinking? Why are they surveying everyone? And I will be talking, seeing you. Oh gosh, this is terrible. All soon. See you. I don't know what's going on today. See you